This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello, pet parents, pet lovers, pet people. Welcome to Best Bets for Pets. I'm your show host, Michelle Fern. Today, we're going to talk about a lot of cool products by this manufacturer, but we're also going to talk about a great way to take care of that age-old problem, especially for dog lovers and dog pet parents, poop. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
As a pet parent to a dog and a cat, you're going to run into some catastrophes. Your dog eating up the cat's food, or scavenging in the litter box is one of them. With Door Buddy, you don't have to worry about cutting a hole in your door or struggling with a pet gate. Door Buddy's adjustable door strap installs in seconds and without any tools. Finally, an easier way to let cats into rooms and keep dogs out of trouble. For 20% off Door Buddy, use code CATITUDE20. That's CATITUDE20 at thedoorbuddy.com. That's thedoorbuddy.com. Give your cat back its space today.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to welcome Mike from Whager Products. Welcome, Mike.
Hi, Michelle. How are you today?
I'm great. Tell us your title also as well.
So I'm Mike Whaley, one of the two owners of Whager Pet Products. It consists of myself and CJ Whager, which I'll explain in a minute. So we are the creators and founders of Whager Pet Products.
Well, I'm excited to have you on the show today on Best Bets for Pets. And I know you have a lot of really cool products. But first, and I'm actually holding it, let's talk about, I don't even know how you came up with this idea because it's really cool. You have a dog-proof waste containment product.
Correct.
Try to describe, I wanted to make sure I said everything right because it's Friday. How did you come up with the idea? Because there's so many things for doggy poop. You know, there's sticks you can hold, try to get the poop into the bag on the stick. There's bags that deteriorate. If you don't use them fast enough, they deteriorate on their own. There's shovels. There's all kinds of things. But this is beyond. This is amazing. So what made you come up with the idea that I have to find something to hold this poop that, we want to be responsible and nobody wants to hold the poop?
Exactly.
How'd you come up with the idea?
So how we came up with the idea, it's kind of funny. We had just gotten our second dog, Mallory, and she was in training. She's about a month and a half old, and CJ got ready to take Mallory for a walk. And I said to CJ, I was getting ready to go to our warehouse because we do a number of other products as well. And I said, well, make sure you take some treats with you to do and work on her training. And she said, I don't have any pockets. And I said, well, hang on a second. And I ran in the house and I grabbed a smell-proof bag because we have another product line that we do for smell-proof stash bags. So weed and dogs, I guess they go together. And so I grabbed this smell-proof bag that we had, and I said, oh, this is perfect for treats. It has a wristlet on it. And then what happened is then I started driving to the warehouse, and I called CJ and I said, hey, what else are dogs doing when you're on a walk that you need? And she's like, well, they poop, and I hate picking up the poop. And I said, well, that's interesting. And so we did some research and we realized that there were not a lot of options out there because, I myself walk the dog as well a lot. Our other dog is a German Shepherd. So, he's 100 pounds and he needs a lot of exercise. I'll walk him for a mile and a half. In a mile and a half, he decides to go do the business. Well, I spend the next mile and a half walking with the business in my hand. And then I come into the neighborhood and Joe, the neighbor, is like, oh, hey, Mike, hey, what about poker tonight? And I'm like, hey, probably not the best time, as I'm waving my little pile of poop around. So, so being a social person and, and then also being responsible and not wanting to put the poop in my neighbor's trash can all the time, I realized there was an opportunity here after I looked around. There wasn't a bag that was designed where you could discreetly carry the poop, where you could not be annoyed by the smell as you do it, and then one that would attach to your leash to keep your hands free. So it's funny because it was just really kind of out of love for our dogs and convenience and that need for something that, would work for us. And we happen to be already in that industry in a different way. And we just recognized this is an opportunity. And so that's how we came up with it.
That is great. And ding on me, because I was so captured with the holder. I forgot to mention that, and I'm glad you did, that there's smell-proof bags. I didn't smell any poop, but I didn't put my nose right on there, but I didn't smell any from a while ago. And I have to tell you, having a poop bag holder I want you to try to describe it in a sec, but I've had friends this one friend, and this was years ago, was taking her toddler on the stroller and walking her dog at the same time. So her dog she took the poop and put it in the bottom of the stroller. And her husband was wondering why the house stunk for the entire day. They didn't know what it was. They didn't know did the toddler poop and that came out. Did their dog poop somewhere? Where is it? Where is it? Not till the next day did they realize she'd left the poop. It was in a bag closed, but it still stunk in the stroller, on the bottom of the stroller. So it was a hilarious story when she mentioned it. And yeah, you're right. The other thing, and this happened with me with one of my dogs a long time ago, talk about having to hold it and having bags. What about when your dog goes right in the middle of training class, when they're a puppy? What are you supposed to do?
Right.
There's always those awkward moments, always.
Always.
I'm glad you created it. The holder is phenomenal because one, you can expand it. Is that so you can put treats at the bottom?
Yeah. So we make two different styles of the poop holder. We have our gray bag, which is for the larger dogs. And so it's got a pocket on the side and it will dispense the dog waste bags. And that's a larger bag. So as I said, I have a German Shepherd. And then it's got the zip pocket on the top with the smell-proof zipper. Smell-proof lining. And then it opens up. So while you're carrying it, it's very flat, but it will expand open for you. Then the second one, which, you're probably looking at there as well, is what we call the Whager designer print. CJ does all the designs and patterns and colors and everything that we use. And that was one that she'd created where we intermixed the logo on it. That one's a little different than our gray bag, where it's a double pocket on it. So one pocket, you put the dew in, the other pocket dispenses the bag out, but it's also larger so that you can carry personal items in there. Now, most people would say, do I really want to mix my phone and other things in that same bag? On this one, it's okay because what we've done is there's a foil lining inside there that separates the two compartments. So the bag is smell-proof and leak-proof. And so this way, again, you can keep your hands free. You can have personal items on you while you're on the walk and, be really focused on your dog as opposed to, keeping a phone in your hand or holding things in your hand. So it's just another great, second compartment or different design. And that one's a little smaller. It's more for your medium to small dogs. Like Mallory's a Cavapoo. So obviously Mallory walks with the Whager design print and Cash. Our big manly German Shepherd walks with the large gray. And,
when you mention your bags are large, they are really large. I mean, my niece has a Calhoun hound who's huge. Blue is like 130 pounds.
Yeah.
He could probably be fine with that because most dog bags are not made that large.
Yeah, I kind of rate my bags by the load. We call the Whager print a single load, and the large gray is your triple load. It's so large enough to hold the loads from 300-pound dogs and keep it contained and the smell out, which, for a lot of dog walkers, for people, our professional dog walkers and such, these bags are ideal. And, we'd love to see, this word get out about it because if they're walking 2-3 dogs at a time, this is a real big convenience for them.
Absolutely. Now with the gray one that opens like a clip, it has like a clip at the top where it has the little, this is how I used it. So hopefully I did it right. You can actually have the bag, like not quite seal it, but just push the top of the bag through and it'll hold on to the bag for you. Correct?
I can probably explain it pretty clearly for everybody listening. So your bags have smell-proof zippers that go across the top, and one is kind of a a half wrap around the bag because it's more rounded. And what that does, and then you have a secondary pocket that, dispenses the bag for you. And then you have all our bags come with wristlet attachments, lanyards. So if you didn't want to carry it on your leash, you could carry it around your wrist and still kind of keep that away from the body and away from you. And then all the bags also have a Velcro attachment that wrap around the leash. And then there's a clip that will clip around the ring that are found on most leashes. And I think that's what you might be describing, is that ring where you can, the clasp that will clip on the ring.
I like that you have quite a lot of diversity in your products and you really thought about it. Like there's different little bag holders, but you went in the mind of a dog pet parent that said, I need something. I need to fix this and make it better. And you did. So let's talk about on all the poop holders. You have different sizes, obviously, right? What if you have like Irish wolfhounds and then you have a Chihuahua? Are there different sizes for both? Because there's different,
Yeah. So on our poop scoopers that we do, you have two sizes. You have, a small/medium, and then you have a large. Because, in your small, medium size, we'll do everything probably up to about 60 or 70 pounds. Then we have a large size that's 5.5 inches wide. And then it has an expansion on the front where the silicone expands out. So that's for your large dogs. And so it's about 1.5 times bigger than our regular scooper. Again, ideal for your large breeds, everything from an Akita to a German Shepherd to a Great Dane, because we all know the sizes are different.
Sizes are different. Most of the time, the poop sizes are different. And I say most.
That's where I'm going with it.
I've said most because I've been tricked before. Sometimes those little dogs can really, do some numbers there. Okay, yeah. We're going to take a short break, come right back, and then let's talk about more of your Whager products. We'll be right back. Hey everyone, Michelle Fern here. I was fostering a puppy for a friend this week, and I was so glad I had the Diggs Revel collapsible dog crate. This crate is fantastic. It ticks all the boxes, and as always with Diggs, it's safety first. No need to worry about injuries to paws or jaws. It's convenient. It sets up in less than a minute. You can raise and collapse it with one hand. Easy to transport and easy to clean. And you know what? It looks great too, like a piece of furniture. I love it. And if you're traveling this summer, make sure you check out Diggs' 5-star crash test rated passenger travel carrier. The passenger travel carrier is small enough to fit right under your airline seat, but with plenty of space for your fur babe. And I have a special offer for you. For a limited time, get 15% off your entire Diggs order. Go to diggs.pet and use promo code PETLIFE15. That's diggs.pet with promo code PETLIFE15 to get 15% off your entire order. Order today.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Mike Whaley, the co-founder of Whager Products. So, Mike, the no-smell containment bags are fabulous. So you don't have to walk around with this bag that has stinky poop in it. What other products do you have? Because I know you have a lot more on the Whager line than the poop smell-free containment bags, as well as the different products.
Yeah. So, we're constantly innovating on this now, because we've really found our passion in pet products. We've both found something that, we really enjoy, and our pets are our kids. And so we couldn't find any more joy in what we're doing than what we're doing right now. So it's actually an amazing time in our lives to have this opportunity. And so what we've done is we've also developed a line of natural and organic pet shampoos, itch relief, paw balms, and we're just launching now an insect bug repellent that is DEET-free. Our shampoos are pH balanced. We're very much about the health of our animals as much as we are, ourselves. And probably more concerned about my dog's health than my own at times. So we've obviously gone in that direction, and we're doing very well with those products right now. They're very well received. And the other things that we're working on right now is we are going to launch a new bag in about 3 weeks, and we're calling it Walk Safe with Whager. We have a crossbody bag for dog walkers that can also be worn as a backpack. So this is like great for anyone who goes out for really long walks with their dogs, goes to festivals, goes to a park, goes to any of these events. So on that bag, you have a dog waste bag dispenser, and it holds the rolls. And then on the main pocket of the bag, there's a 2-digit combination lock that locks and secures your goods inside. And then on the front, we have an additional pocket on the front that also has a smell-proof lining with it. And that smell-proof lining, again, is great for treat bags, or even if you are carrying, for treats, or if you just, wanted snacks for the day and you didn't want to smell everything up that's in your bag, the smell-proof lining in there prevents that. But most importantly, with the bag, it has concealed pocket on the back. So it's really designed for safety, security, and convenience all in one. We've read a lot and heard a lot of the stories and done some studies, looked into studies on this. There's over 2 million dogs stolen from people each year. And since COVID started, that went on the rise. And a lot of the people walking dogs are women. And, a lot of times these dogs are taken from women on the walk. So we wanted a bag that not only can secure your personal goods when you're out, but also hold all of your personal protection items. So, if a woman's walking at night, or even a man, and, they may feel a little insecure at times. So this bag has enough room for a taser, mace, pepper spray, whistles to alert for danger. We've got D-ring clips on there to put some of these attachments on there as well. So we're really proud of this new product that's coming out in a couple of weeks. We think this is far more innovative than even the smell-proof treat bags and waste bags that we've done.
I have a question. It sounds great. First, I want to say it's kind of sad they have to be so careful in this world, but you sure do. Is there anything on the bag if you're walking in evening time that's reflective?
We have a number of metallic items on there that are reflective with our rings and buckles, but it is something on, I think, Generation 2 will put some more reflectives on that for the night walks. But yeah, it's something we missed in the first go around, but we'll definitely have it on the second.
It's always like that. Generation 2, Generation 3, the better it gets with everything from automobiles to phones to who knows what. Okay, so that was one of my questions, what future products that you have. What about your other products, your bug repellent, your balm? Are they strictly for dogs? Are there other pets that would be beneficial? I know you have horse products also. Besides dogs and horses, would they be beneficial to cats, to ferrets?
Yes, our shampoos and our balms are safe for cats, dogs, small animals, rabbits, ferrets, the other household pets that you might have. We do a horse shampoo. We do a horse itch relief. The insect repellent that we have, due to the mix of different ingredients that we have in there, is not recommended for cats, but good for dogs and horses. So we got the itch relief, the shampoos, the balms. That's it right now. I had to think through what we had. We've been launching so much so quickly.
So the bug repellent is, well, for cats, you have to be careful what you spray on them, of course, because they're such good groomers. But the bug repellent is good for cats as well?
No, the bug repellent you do not want to use on cats.
Dogs only.
Dogs and horses.
Dogs and horses. Okay. So let's talk, I don't know, a year from now. What do you see on the horizon for Whager?
Oh,
what would you, what is one of the products out there that makes you, because I've always wanted to ask this question, and you're the one who's getting it, Mike. So I think you can handle it. So, there's so many different products, all kinds of things, but there's still things that as pet parents, we really need. And if somebody would make this. So, because most of us don't have the talent or understanding or just the entrepreneurial spirit to just do it. So if there was something out there, and don't go into detail because that would be giving away stuff, but just as much as possible. From everything that you've seen that's out there in the market, if you could design the perfect whatever, what would that be? For example, like perfect bowl, or what is it that is your peeve that you're like, oh, I just wish somebody would make something better for this?
Yeah, it's funny, like when we're not, working on this stuff, the next idea that we have for this is related to dog walking as well. We've given it a lot of thought about it, and we're getting ready to start on our designs. But let me just say that there is a whole lot of opportunity for improvement in dog harnesses.
Yes, there is. I'm so glad you said that, because I just recently talked with someone.
Well, I'm only repeating what CJ come up with. So, I don't know.
What it is? I talked with someone. Well, I don't know. I don't want to spill the beans on this, but they had the same frustrations. And the problem with harnesses is that even if it doesn't matter how brilliant you are, sometimes putting things together are just, so complicated.
Yes. And if you got a dog that's moving and things.
Yeah. And squiggling around. And yes, it makes it so definitely a need.
There's opportunity for improvement in that area. Thank goodness that, we're all a lot more educated about, what's good and bad for a dog these days, other than when we were like a kid, right? You put a rope around a dog and walk it down the street, basically,
so chains, for wild dogs. I think about thinking back and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. So thankfully, the world's catching on and saying, hey, let's get out of, doing all this damage by having a collar and getting into a harness. Well, great. We're into the harness, but again, there's a lot of opportunity for improvement. There's some areas in there that we see could be potentially damaging to the dog still. We intend to optimize that and make it a good experience from wearing it, from putting it on, and then making sure that the dog is really comfortable. There is so much you can do there. So yeah, the next chapter from us, I think you'll see some pretty innovative designs from us on that.
Harness is great. And I'm going to share one of my peeves, but I don't know if you can make a product to solve it. It drives me freaking nuts when I see people that are not holding their dogs properly, because a lot of people wrap the leash around. I know schools of thought with the leashes that retract and then a regular leash. And I know a regular leash is good for training and all that. But I can't tell you how many times I have seen a dog get excited. This just happened not too long ago, walking Nicky, the crazy Havanese. I mean, he's little, but he's just yappy. He's crazy. And the dog wrapped around this woman's leg. She had it held by her arm. The leash just wrapped around her. And I'm thinking, so sorry he yapped at you, but he's a dog. You have a dog. Why are you holding your dog so that you're letting the leash wrap around you? And why are you holding it on your wrist, which can snap? So do you think there can ever be a product to solve those problems?
Oh, certainly. It's just a matter of, really all product problems. I've been in product development for 20 years. I've worked for major corporations and I've done everything from sales and marketing to strategic sourcing and done all types of manufacturing. The easiest way to develop a product is identify that pain point. And it really doesn't take too much. Like if you see that, and now that you've mentioned it, I'm going to look for it. And I know that, between CJ and myself, that if we identify a problem, we can quickly come up with a solution. Now, a lot of times you take, different variations and prototypes and samples to get there till you get it right. Let me tell you, I'm surprised we didn't have reflective markings on this first bag, because CJ sends me back to the drawing board all the time telling me it's not right. It's not good enough yet. She believes in quality. And, and so there'll definitely be a solution for something like that. I mean, it just takes people like you talking about the problems. And, then I think when people like us are working on things that we're passionate about, and, it doesn't have to be our problem to want to solve it. It can easily be your problem or someone else's. If people make us aware of it, I definitely have the capabilities to figure out how to fix things with CJ's help. And, unfortunately, I make a lot of things and they just don't look pretty. She keeps me in check with that.
She has the wonderful creative talent to make your product look gorgeous. You have a great product line. I'm so excited I was able to receive samples and view it, use them. I think it's wonderful. I can't wait to see what you come up with next because you have some great products. So, Mike, we've talked about all these great Whager products and people are probably thinking, I need that. Where can I get it? Where can I get it? So where can they get it?
Yeah, so right now, we're working on our distribution channels. We currently sell it on our website, renegadesale.com. We also have an Etsy store, Renegade Sale. And then for most people, because they already have an account, you can find all of our products on Chewy.com.
Well, congrats on getting on Chewy. They're phenomenal.
Yeah, we looked at that as being the seal of approval that, okay, we really did do something right here. And that, if the Chewy buyers, and I have a lot of respect for them, if they see a product opportunity or a need in the market and they agree with it, that was a vote of confidence that we needed to really push this through and continue forward with our dream.
Well, I am so happy for you. I want to thank you so much for coming on Best Bets for Pets. For everybody looking, it's Whager products.
Yeah, let me do it for them. It's Whager. So we pronounce it Whager. You might not look like it's spelled that way, but we do pronounce it Whager.
How apropos for all the dogs. I know there's a different story behind the name, but it works. Thank you so much. I want to tell my listening audience of Best Bets for Pets that this is the best product I have come along for dog waste in a long time. Smell-proof containment bags. How can you beat that? There are so many products that hold treats, hold waste, and no stink. You cannot beat that at all. And I want to thank my tester, which was Nikki. So good job. He did his business. I was able to pick it up and not feel gross as I walked around my neighborhood. I want to thank Mark Winter, my producer, for making me and my guests sound amazing. And of course, I want to thank everyone out there listening to Best Bets for Pets. I appreciate it so much. This little show has grown immensely, and we're in our 12th year just about. So thank you so much. Tell a friend. We have all kinds of pet products. So be sure to listen to Best Bets for Pets and keep listening because you never know what's going to show up on Best Bets for Pets.
Let's Talk Pets every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.